What Happens in the Woods is a true crime podcast. We discuss events that are often violent in nature. Listeners' discretion is advised.
Welcome back to What the Fuck Wednesdays. We are here to give you fuckery at its finest.
With a side of Austin Powers. That's
Yes.
what I feel like that music is.
No, it totally is Austin Powers. I'm waiting for the, what were the robots called?
I don't even
The
remember.
fembots.
Oh, yeah.
The fembots. Olivia has no idea what's happening.
It's been a long time since I watched that movie.
Okay.
Even when we did watch that movie when I was younger, I didn't even understand what was happening. So
Which is
it's
just as well, because that was not parenting at its finest. Obviously. All right. With me, I, of course, have Mara and Olivia. We are here to discuss true crime or, I don't know, things that we find interesting. You might just get a whole bunch of bullshit right now. We don't even know.
nice.
All right. How's everybody doing? Are we doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're
We're
chilling. We're
Whatever.
vibing.
Vibing. We have a new intro for this What the Fuck that Mara so wonderfully drew attention to as the Austin Powers music.
It is, though.
It is.
Like,
Yeah.
I had, like, the sexy dance vibes going on.
For sure. Yeah. With the flower power
Yeah.
backdrop. Yeah. Let us know what you guys think of the music. We're just changing it up from the normal, regular episode music. Okay. So I want to make sure before we get into this, don't forget to enter our giveaway. We are giving away 2 Amazon $50 gift cards. Your dad upped it. I said 2 $20 gift cards, and he was like, let's just make it 50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go
I
big
don't know what
or go
happened.
home.
Go big or go home. It's for the listeners. We're doing it for the listeners. So to enter, you need to be following us on Facebook or Instagram. Either one, doesn't matter. You need to listen to our season 1 and season 2 recap episodes that we just put out on the 20th and 21st of February. So those were our actual podiversary episodes that we did. And then listen for the phrases that we told you to listen to. I don't know of other way to say that. And then send us a DM with the phrases on either Facebook or Instagram, whichever you're following us on. This is going to end on Friday the 26th, so in a couple of days. And then we're going to announce the winner on the next What the Fuck episode that's on March 3rd. So you got time. If you haven't entered already, you've got time. I want to make sure everybody understands that you can enter for both days. So you can enter twice, but you're not going to win twice. You only win one time. You have 2 chances to win one. Does that make sense? Am I saying this correctly?
Yes.
I feel like it was a lot. Okay. All right. Are we ready?
No.
Let's get it.
All right. So our first What the Fuck is all the fuckery that is Casey Anthony. She's back in the news again. Yeah, it's very yeah. I'm like sick that she keeps popping up. Like every 5 years I feel like there's a Casey Anthony story.
Yeah.
She just keeps popping up. So within the past month though, she's made national news twice. The first time I came across something on Reddit that she was filing the necessary forms and paperwork to start a PI business in Florida. Fucking Florida.
What?
Yeah.
Why in
So
Florida?
that's where
Why
she's
not?
from. That's where she's from, is Florida. But she cannot legally like become a private investigator in the state of Florida. So I'm not even sure why she's applying for this. I have no idea. So in case you don't know who Casey Anthony is, because Olivia, I don't think you really know. right?
No.
Okay, so she was on trial for and acquitted for the murder of her 2-year-old daughter. And it was like a frenzy. The amount of like media reporting on it was incredible. And it was like everywhere you turned was just Casey Anthony's face on every like newspaper, magazine. Just, it was a whole shit show. And it became such a weird, like her defense was essentially blaming everybody else. Like they blamed her dad. They said her dad was like abusive and I think had sexually abused her. I think even like that was her defense for killing her daughter. Like it wasn't an actual defense though.
Okay, girl.
Right. They started to just blame, like they just started to throw out there like, oh, well, she did it because of this, which wasn't anything to do. It just, I don't know. It's like, it's making excuses.
Your Honor, I would just like to say I murdered my daughter because I have daddy issues.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
So please don't send me to jail.
But her parents gave her like fucking everything. They gave her a car. They supported her. They like took care of her and her daughter. It was, I don't know. So this was back in 2011, and Casey's mom, because would see her daughter, like they would see their granddaughter almost every day, or have some sort of contact with her. The grandma said that she had over 30 days with no contact, and so she
rude,
right?
Sus.
Well, and it was so like abnormal. So then she kept saying, well, Casey, where can I see her? Can I talk to her? Like, I would like to see my grandchild.
Hello.
And Casey kept saying like, oh no, oh, she just took a nap. Sorry. Or like all this bullshit. And then finally when, her mom was like, this is serious. Like where's my grandchild? She said that, she was kidnapped, and she said somebody named Zanny the nanny kidnapped her daughter. Zanny the nanny.
Wow.
And like you neglected to tell anybody this.
Right.
You were just like, oh man.
Said that she was holding her for ransom, basically. Yeah. But she didn't have any contact information for this person. She
So the nanny would just show up at any time, be like, I'm here,
right.
bitch.
Right, essentially.
Where's the kid?
Yeah. What's funny is she actually like named somebody. She didn't know this person, but she named somebody, and their name was like Zanelda or something like that. I'm forgetting the name. I really should have looked that up. But this is a real person. And Casey didn't know her, blamed her for being a kidnapper. And when people like got in contact with her, she was like, I don't know who the fuck this is. I don't know this person.
Damn.
The audacity.
Really. But people actually think that she said it was Zanny, and she was giving her Xanax. She was giving her daughter Xanax and just leaving her places like drugged up.
That is so sad.
She was just fucking ridiculous. She had lied about her employment to the police and like showed up at Universal Studios with the police who wanted to talk to her supervisor. She didn't work there. And she took them into like the employee area, walked them back there, and I don't know what she was going to do. Like she was just going to find a random person and be like, oh yeah, this is my boss. And like, what are you going to do? And she, finally they got so far, and she turned around and she was like, yeah, I don't really work here.
How do you get that far? And you're like,
I don't even know.
You're like, I'm just going to figure it out. And then
Yeah.
you're like, well, that
How
didn't
did
work.
she even get in there, though? That's my thing. Is
How does
like,
she even know where to go? Like,
It was kind of crazy, but yeah, it was just really sad. So they eventually found her little girl's body like in the woods, and it ended up that she got it acquitted. She only got arrested and like for lying to the police. Essentially, she got away with it.
that's some bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, it's just pretty obvious. But her trial was such a media circus and just a frenzy. Like the actual fact of why she was on trial became like the side issue.
Yeah.
So anyways, it made it hard to convict her. I mean, it just really did. And she gets acquitted of this, but then she's convicted of lying to the police. And if you've never like heard of this story, you should definitely go check it out. It's there is a reason why she was like the most hated woman in America for a long ass time. People actually would like put that across like the top of newspapers and shit. Like, she's the most hated woman. Like, on site, people would, I mean, pretty much she has not been able to do anything since then because she can't hold a job. She can't, people recognize her and hate her.
I would throw hands.
Imagine being the most hated woman in America.
Right? Yeah. So now she wants to open up this PI business with one of the former investigators from her trial.
What?
That she's like had a relationship with on and off, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
What?
No.
And then after that, so that was just, you know, a little while ago. A few days later, I see that she's now an executive producer of a documentary that's going to, like, once and for all, discuss the details of her daughter's death.
Get out of here.
Right.
Go away.
And quote unquote, clear her name. Who are you going to blame it on now?
Right? Who's next?
Right.
The blame game.
You blamed it on your parents.
ghost?
You blamed it on your sort of boyfriend. You blamed it on Zanny the nanny. Who else is there?
Maybe she was possessed.
Maybe she was possessed. Maybe, I don't know.
The devil made me do it.
Yeah. It's unbelievable because she's going to like try to do this and
Do
profit.
this again, basically.
Yeah.
Just play the...
Well, it
the
just sucks
victim.
because she can't be tried again either. Even if they found evidence that she was guilty, she was acquitted. So, yeah, it was just, I couldn't believe it. And then you're going to profit off of this, and then you're going to make it sound like, oh, I'm going to clear my name.
Yeah.
You're making money off of your dead daughter that you probably had a hand in killing.
Yeah. It's just a money grab, and that's honestly really sad, and it kind of makes me sad for her daughter because her daughter is not getting the justice that she deserves.
Right.
And now we're just going to rehash the story over and over again.
Right.
And it's going to be her maintaining her innocence, but she's making money off of it.
Right.
It's honestly like she's just controlling the narrative in the way that she's bringing back that media circus so that she can stay relevant.
I mean, that's pretty much exactly it, because you know that there's going to be some weird people who are going to, if she does, invest or open up this private investigating thing, people are going to go, like, use that service.
Yeah.
Just so that they could say, like, oh, yeah, Kaylee or, Casey Anthony's the one that it's her business and they're the ones that I'm using for my PI service.
I feel like, too, that is so unethical for one of the people who was on her case.
Right.
To be, like, having a relationship with her and then also going into business with her.
I feel like that's kind of illegal. Like, that should be
something
illegal.
that feels illegal but isn't.
Well, it wasn't like her representation, although I did hear that she did have some sort of, and I can't confirm or deny any of this, but maybe a relationship with like one of the lawyers that was representing her. And of course, at this point, like I said, it's a media circus, so it's hard to know what actually happened or didn't happen. And I'm not saying that maybe her father didn't, do something to her, or her parents weren't weird in some way. I don't know. It's the fact that that's your excuse. Like, you can't say, and you're not concerned with what actually happened to your daughter. You were just so concerned about how it was everybody else's fault.
Yeah.
I have no love for her, and I'm mad that she's back in the news. It's absolutely horrific. All right, the next what the fuck is from the state of Washington, and this is about an unsolved slaying from back in 1990 of a local woman from Bellevue. I feel like Bellevue is becoming Florida. We're always talking about Bellevue.
You hear that, Bellevue?
Right. I don't understand why. So this is another murder that happened in the 90s, but this time this is a woman, 71-year-old woman, who was found dead in her home on Valentine's Day.
Excuse
sad.
me?
I know.
Who's killing grandma?
I know. She had been strangled and then shot in the head.
Excuse you.
Oh
That's
my gosh.
horrible.
Why would you strangle and then shoot somebody?
I mean, she's 71 years old. I can't imagine it took that much force to...
I don't think so. I think...
Like that, yeah.
What?
It's just...
Why?
It's not okay.
Just why?
What was the reason?
They don't know. So she had just celebrated her birthday a couple of weeks prior to this. She had just turned 71. I can't imagine living 71 years and then this is how I go. Like,
bro.
Yeah.
Jerk.
It's sad. So she had been on the phone speaking with a family member and kind of eating lunch real quick just a little while before this happened. And then that family member stopped by to check on her because she failed to go to the hospital to visit her husband. So her husband was in the hospital for a heart condition.
Oh my God.
And they found her dead.
Oh.
Yeah. So there was no sense to any of it. The investigators have nothing to go on. They couldn't figure out like why anybody would have broken in. The neighbors said they didn't even hear anything, which I don't know how you don't hear a shot.
Yeah, how
But
do you not hear a gunshot?
if you have a silencer, that's the only thing I can think of. You'd have to have a silencer. I don't know. There were neighbors home said they saw her, like, that they had seen her and knew she was home. So I can't imagine why you wouldn't hear that.
Yeah, I feel like you would at least hear her like struggle or something.
Yeah. The family says that she had no enemies. She and her husband were really well known and liked in Seattle's Chinese community. And the entire family had strong ties to the community. They, when they investigated the home, it was found that the front door was unlocked and there was no evidence that there was a disturbance. Nothing was really taken other than, the signs of the struggle. So they don't even know what the motive was for it.
That's just rude.
Yeah.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Disrespectful.
Her poor husband, who was already, like I said, in the hospital, had a stroke after they told him that she had died. And he passed away. So this happened in February. He passed away in July, just a few months later.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That's just fucking rude.
It's just horrible.
Whoever
It's
did that,
so
they're
sad.
going to hell.
They are
Straight to hell.
They're going straight to hell. So her name was Faye Chan Monwai. There is a reward still of $10,000 for any information. I'm not sure what the police are doing as far as like if they reopen this every once in a while and look at it, but at the time they have no suspects, they have no leads, they have nothing to go on. It's
We're
unsolved.
gonna crack this case.
I really would like to get her family some justice.
Yeah.
It's all these years, this happened in the 90s. All these years later.
Not
20
having
years.
any answers.
Yeah.
20, 30 years.
Yeah. I can't imagine losing both of your parents after something like that.
Seriously.
Yeah. Very sad. So yeah, if anybody knows anything, it was Bellevue, Washington, 1990, February 14th. Like, Valentine's Day. Don't you have things to do? Go buy some fucking flowers for your mother.
Would
Why
they
are you
even
killing
have
people?
silencers in the 90s?
Oh yeah, they've had silencers for a long time.
I don't think you're supposed to have them.
I feel
though.
like they wouldn't
you're
be
not.
as popular.
Oh no, they were super popular.
Oh.
They were on every detective show that I could think that I ever watched in the 90s, the 80s and 90s. Everybody had a silencer.
They were on some stealth shit.
Yeah, like you would watch Murder, She Wrote, and you would see like the hand, so cheesy. You would see like the person like stepping back like, no, don't shoot me. And all you'd see is somebody's like dark jacket and their hand, and the rest of it was a shadow like from the chest on up. And you would see the gun and it would have a silencer and it'd be like, pew, pew. And
It would be like, what?
pew, pew. and yeah, it was everywhere. Like Columbo, Murder, She Wrote, Heart to Heart. I could go through my childhood and name you all of Miami Vice.
Yeah, you're saying
everybody.
a lot of things, and I
Yeah,
know
you guys have
almost
no
none
idea.
of them.
You have no idea. You don't even know the shows that you've missed out on.
Sorry.
Moonlighting, Scarecrow and Mrs. King. These are jewels, nuggets of wonderful TV.
Chicken nuggets?
Chicky nuggies. Chicky nuggies. No, you have no idea what you're missing. It's fine. I'm old. Your dad would get it.
Sorry, I can't be him.
He doesn't want to be here. All
That's
right.
a lie.
That's not a lie. He doesn't want to record with me anymore. He doesn't love me.
Y'all leave a comment for my dad. Show him some love.
He's perfectly fine. All right. So the next fuckery is kind of a weird story. So imagine you're on a walk. You're minding your own business and you come across a skull.
No. I'm good.
Nope.
What do you do? No.
Turn around.
Nope the fuck out.
You think it's cool to have and you think it's probably fake. So instead of, contacting authorities that there might be a human skull, you take it home and you put it on your mantle
I'm
no,
good.
I don't.
for the world to see.
No, I
We're
don't.
good here.
And, just to be a little edgy because you're cool like that, you put some sunglasses on it.
No. No, I don't.
My ugliest sunglasses, sure.
The ones
Oh,
that you
God.
don't
The
want
ones that I
anymore.
don't wear.
The ones that you never will touch ever again.
The
because
ones
they're
that
possessed.
I had, like, the ugliest thing that I've had when I was a child.
Yeah.
The plastic ones that came in, like, the
Oh,
cool kid
Yeah.
fucking package or whatever. I don't even know.
like the little zippy packages that you would
Yeah.
get for like beach things.
Yeah.
Like the bucket with the
Yeah.
little scoop and the shovel and
Little,
little
oval.
yeah.
Fucking
I don't even know what we're
shaped-
talking about.
Really?
I really don't.
99-cent store sunglasses. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Like, you would go over there in the 99-cent store, the Dollar Tree or whatever, and you would go to, like, the children's section, and they got, like, princesses and crowns and police officer stuff.
And I have
Basically, like,
sunglasses.
yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I bought you guys because you guys would lose them or step on them.
Yeah.
And, I don't have $20 to spend on sunglasses every 5 days. So
We got the cheap shit.
you got the 99-cent store shit.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, we
Just say,
were only
to
children.
be fair, I had the 99-cent store shit too. Because
That
I was
was-
constantly losing mine too.
That was the best when Mom took us to the 99-cent store. It was like, pick out a toy.
I'm sorry.
That
I
makes it
don't
sound
remember.
that
so
makes
bad.
it sound really
But
bad.
no, like, it was so exciting. There was so much to choose from.
I mean, you never knew what you were going to come home
It
with.
sounds so sad.
Okay, well, it's no lie. We didn't grow up with,
We weren't rich.
$1 million. We
We
don't got
were
that
broke.
family money. Some people have it and some people don't. We did what we could, okay? You got some candy. You got a toy. You might get, I don't know, there were times when we brought home plants. You had pepper plants.
Oh, no.
I just went way back. That you named Marche.
Yeah, and
Oh
I
my-
don't remember why I named it that.
Because-
My goodness.
Auntie Anna worked with a coworker whose name was Marche, and you thought it was the most beautiful name. And so you decided that when we brought home this pepper plant, it was like a little red chili pepper, and you named it Marche. But then when that died, we got you another one. You named it Marche the Second, and that
Yeah.
one died,
The
and
second.
Marche the Second, and then
she
you
died
got
too.
and so then there was Marche the Third.
Oh, my goodness.
I was really good at naming
No,
things.
you were great at naming things.
I had a beta fish named Cool Blue.
Cool Blue.
He was a blue beta fish.
Yeah. But he was cool.
Like, he was mad as hell, and he lived forever.
He wasn't taking no shit from nobody. Yeah. You're not going to feed me? Fine. Fine, don't feed me. I'm going to live. I'm going to haunt you.
I am fueled by spite.
Yes.
Purely spite.
Oh, my God. We're horrible people. Okay. Let's reel it in. Focus. Okay. So this is March of 2019 in Tennessee, Morgan County. Dude has a skull on his mantle of his fireplace holding his sunglasses, okay? So he has this for a year, and then somehow it ends up in the custody of Knox County Regional Forensics, and it's being tested by the University of Tennessee's Anthropology Department, and they confirm it's a human skull.
Nice.
And they actually link it to a man who disappeared in September of 2012.
Oh my God.
So the thing sat out there for 7 years before it got found. And when authorities go back and they search the area that he found it, they can't find any other parts. It's just the skull.
What the hell?
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it reminds me
The
of, did you guys
disrespect.
see Poltergeist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where the people are in the dead bodies are coming out of the pool. Do you remember that part? Where
No.
the mom gets in the pool
Oh.
and
No.
like the skeletons are like coming for her. Okay, it scared the shit out of me. That's all I can think of when I think of like body parts randomly in the woods. It's Indian burial grounds.
I find it weird how they find a skull but nothing else. So I'm kind of wondering if, I don't think it's very likely, but I'm wondering if somebody was like keeping it there and going back to it.
Ew, I hadn't even thought of that.
You know, and then maybe
Yeah.
the skull went missing and they're like, oh, somebody's on to me. So they took the rest of
Well-
it. I don't know. Just a theory.
Oh, well, I thought maybe like the person who like murdered him was just like, oh, this woods, get his head. The other woods, get his arm.
Oh,
True.
you mean like dismembered him and put him other places?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, maybe.
That's what I thought.
Well, and I find it's kind of weird. Like, obviously, the skull was clean. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
also really concerning to
For
me.
lack of a better word. Because he wouldn't have thought it was fake if it had anything
Like any damage.
tissue or like tissue on it,
Yeah.
or muscle or hair on the scalp, anything like that. So it was obviously looked. I mean, this guy thought it looked fake, so it had to.
Okay,
have
but if
had
it came from
nothing
the
on it.
woods, why would you trust that?
I don't know. I don't know.
People are weird sometimes.
Yeah. So they figure out that this guy who was killed was Junior Willie McCann. He might have been killed by a family member. There's apparently like a family rumor that got started that he was killed by another member of the family who has passed away, like since passed away from after Julian died. So they really have nobody to ask because that's just a rumor, and that person's passed away. There's nobody to tell the story.
That's really sad.
Kinda, yeah. So why do I keep losing my place? Okay. So our last story also involves bones. Only this guy knew he had human bones, and he had actually bought them as part of a business that handled human cadavers for medical research. And I'm still not 100% sure that this is a real story. I feel like I was catfished or something. It looks like it's coming from a reputable source. And of course, I'm going to give all the links but I can't find this mentioned outside of this source. Yeah. So I'm going to mention it here just because if it's a true thing, if this is a real thing, this is disgusting. Everybody should know. So Walter Mitchell was arrested in Scottsdale, Arizona, after multiple parts of human remains were found by hunters near Prescott in Arizona in a forested area. And at first, when the sheriffs show up, they're like, "Great, we've got a serial killer," because they found remains for 5 different people.
Oh my
What?
God.
Yeah. They're thinking, great, we've got somebody who's burying bodies in the woods, and they're just coming back and they haven't been caught yet. And so we've got a serial killer on the loose. And they can't, they're trying to identify the remains. And they realize as they start looking at these remains that they're wrapped in the medical pads, like the puppy pads almost. Well, it's like if they're drawing blood, they put down that pad or if they're, there's any surgical procedure, they put down like a pad so that it absorbs fluids, for lack of better term. So these cadavers are found with these pads. So it kind of clues them into the fact that these are medical cadavers, and, they're not just bodies that were like somebody killed them and put them in the woods. So it's still a felony, though. This is like a class 5 felony.
As it should be.
It's pretty serious. Yeah. It's not, you're like, improperly disposing of medical waste, essentially, or medical, I don't know.
And
I don't like calling medical waste. Well, it is. Like, who was the dick that thought that dumping bodies, like the loved ones of people who donated their bodies to medicine and science, why are you a dick? Why are you dumping them? I don't understand. That's why I kind of feel like this might be a weird not story, not a true story.
This reminds me of the signs in Washington for littering.
Oh, God.
They say litter
so
and it
funny.
will hurt.
Yes. They make it so, it's like so violent.
And it will hurt.
It will hurt.
That's what that reminds me of, because he's essentially like littering bodies on the side of the road.
Pretty much in Arizona.
I don't need these anymore.
So apparently this guy closed his storage facility in Seattle where he had remains that he had paid for or were donated, these cadavers that were being stored. And then he decides to drive 1,400 miles to Arizona. But just as he gets close to home, he, for whatever reason, thinks, no, I'm going to dump them. You're close to home. You're so close. And you should know, if this is your job, then you should know that when you get to where you're going, you need to put them in the proper storage.
Yeah, why would you just drop it on the side of the road and not like at a hospital or like a medical center,
That's
like
much worse.
waste center or whatever?
Or like if they're cadavers and they're for science, why aren't you finding like a nearby
university or something?
Yeah, medical program.
Yeah.
Too hard.
Or research lab.
Too
or
far away.
It makes no
I'm just
sense.
so tired.
How do you get that far?
And then you're like, never mind.
And then you're just, okay, it's fine. You know what? I got close. I got so close. But here's fine.
Yeah.
Nobody can blame me. I tried.
I tried so hard. So he ends up being arrested, if this story is to be believed, and he's charged with improper disposal of human remains. From what I can tell, I can't find anything that says he's been sentenced, but if they charge him with the class 5 felony, he could face up to 2 years of jail time. I don't know that seems very small amount of jail time for doing that type of thing.
What are you in for?
Right?
I just dumped some bodies on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
I cleaned out my medical storage facility.
See that guy over there? Stay away from him.
Don't talk to him.
He'll dump your body. He won't kill you, though.
No.
He doesn't do that.
No.
No.
He'll just dump you on the side of the road.
Yeah. The entire time I was reading this, I kept thinking, who are the people that had to call and tell these people, these remains, their loved ones, I'm so sorry, is this so-and-so? Oh, yes. Did they, donate their body to science? Well, they didn't, though. We have it. And how soon can you get here to, how are we going to get this to you?
You want to do a curbside
right?
pickup? You want to do a drop off?
Like, what are the logistics of that? How do you do that?
I have no idea.
That's just all I could think of. Like, who had to make those phone calls?
Probably.
It wasn't him.
Probably the police department.
Yeah.
Or like someone at a hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, even at that point, like, what are they even going to do with the bodies? Because don't they have to be kept at a certain temperature?
Yeah.
Well, I guess would that even matter?
Think they're going to have to
Because,
cremate it then at that point.
Yeah. I feel like that wouldn't even matter anymore because they were put in like a storage truck or a car or a truck of something, and that doesn't really keep a good temperature.
I mean, you could have a temperature controlled truck.
Well, the forest is not temperature controlled.
No.
The forest is not, especially in Arizona.
No.
It's controlled. It's set it hot all the time.
Yeah, I think you
Although-
deserve more than 2 years for.
I mean, depending upon the time of year, it actually gets quite cold places in Arizona, and they get snow in some parts.
That's just even worse.
I feel like he
maybe.
should have gotten 2 years every person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would make more sense to me.
Because not only
That's
did he
true.
do it once, he did
Right.
it with 5 different bodies.
Right.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's too little for like your lack of judgment.
Yeah. Could it make it, an hour more?
I mean, basically,
Less than an hour?
like what? I have so many questions. I have a lot of questions.
Far.
No answers. A lot of questions. Something's just not right.
Yeah, I have questions for this dude.
Yeah. I really want to know what the thought process was for that.
First, I want to know if this is real. And then I want to question it even more.
I am. It's a scintillating story, but I'm just not 100% sold that it's a real story.
Maybe
It definitely is gonna it definitely fits into the what the fuck though.
maybe Casey Anthony should be producing that instead. A story about that.
Maybe she could use her not PI license with her PI business to investigate.
The shade.
She should.
I
You know?
don't care.
Shade.
I
And that's
have
the
no
tea.
sympathy. I have no sympathy for
I
this
mean, me
woman.
neither. Me neither, really.
None. Yeah.
Bitch.
It's on site, bitch.
It is.
You're very brave behind that microphone. You-
Come at me, bro.
okay, but who's gonna end up doing the actual fighting here?
You know, I'll grab her legs, I'll trip her, and then I'll karate chop her in her throat, and then somebody else can tap in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be
Says
me.
the girl who's never been in a fist fight.
Because I always said
Whoa.
shit with my words.
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
Uh,
Out
Hey,
of the
okay.
3 people in this room,
I almost
right
got into
now-
one. All right.
Okay, almost.
And then the
doesn't
yard
count.
duty
Damn
came
you!
in and was like, all right, knock it off. And then she ran away.
Damn yard duties, man! Always getting in fucking business.
Right? Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Go mess with a kid who has gum in her hair.
I'm just saying, out of the 3 of us in this room, I'm the only one who's been in an actual fist fight.
I've been in
Sister fight?
that's not what I was gonna say.
Oh.
But I've been in pretend MMA fights.
Pretend.
I am the least capable person of being in a fight in this room.
I think we might be pretty close, like tied.
I don't know, because you were in like jiu-jitsu and shit.
That
so
was
you kind of
so long ago.
I mean, you still, I don't know. I mean,
I'll just rear naked
I'll
choke
just-
a bitch.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just scream in their ear. Call it good. They'll lose their hearing.
That
You
would
be
hurt.
the one that would like pull somebody's hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll use every weakness you got.
That wouldn't be a weakness for me.
You don't got hair.
Exactly. Try
why
and
you
pull my
go-
hair now.
Try now. What now, bitch? All right, guys. That's all we got for What the Fuck Wednesday. We had fun.
Always.
We hope you did too. Make sure you enter the giveaway drawing. And thank you for joining us. We will be back next week for all the new fuckery in the world. Until then, you know the deal. Stay safe, stay home, mask up, and stay out of the fucking woods. Bye.
Bye.